To all of you high school students who have read A Separate Peace, you may have difficulty relating to the mid-war setting or understanding the theme complexities of this novel, but that is what we are here for. A Separate Peace takes us through the growth and maturing of several young individuals who seek to find their true identity while juggling through conflict after conflict. These conflicts can be scary, and fear often controls the mind. Without this fear-filled conflict, we cannot fully develop our character and find who we are truly supposed to be. In A Separate Peace, we see major growth in all the boys' characters, more specifically in Jean and Leper. We know the boys are close to being drafted into World War II, but none of them are really ready to enlist, except Leper, which is surprising because Leper isn't your muscle man kind of guy. He is more of an independent shy guy with a love for all things nature. Only Leper sees this as an opportunity to be a noble and honorable young man and show the world he is growing up. Jean receives the news and finds the war has changed Leper for the worse. Now he is sleep-deprived, crawled up in a corner, and when Jean asks him what happened, Leper has a mental breakdown. We can come to the conclusion that Leper probably isn't cut out for the military and is much more safe in the safe boundaries of Devon. If Leper did not enlist and endure the horrific trials of war, he would not have been able to come to the conclusion of who he really is. Jean also struggles with Finney, which unravels his own identity. We know how Finney falls from a tree limb, shattering his leg, and we, the readers, are led to believe Jean is responsible. Finney again has the misfortune of tumbling down a flight of stairs, eventually leading to his death. Jean is at a loss of words and soon attends Finney's funeral. He has a sort of revelation that he has died as well alongside Finney, that Jean was actually just like Finney, but never really understood it. His identity pulled through, and it took the death of a dear friend to do that. As we just recalled, Finney shattered his leg after falling from a tree branch, and Jean is the primary suspect. But not too many are quick to jump on Jean's case immediately, except Quackenbush. He is quick to put the blame on Jean, and Jean is quick to retaliate. He fights with Quackenbush and ends it with a punch in the jaw. Now, we may see this as just boyish roughhousing, but if you look deeper into Jean's character, you see that roughhousing isn't his #1 priority. Jean already didn't enjoy the thought of him possibly hurting Finney, but then having someone wave it around in his face like Quackenbush did just provoked Jean even further. His fear got the best of him, and Quackenbush was left with a bruised face and pride. Now let's look at Finney. Finney has a way with words in sports. He created Blitzball and convinced a teacher to let him off the hook for wearing a tie as a belt. Finney has an extroverted character, where Jean is more introverted and focuses more on his studies. You could say Jean fears and struggles to find comparisons between him and Finney, making Jean feel almost excluded from the group during physical activities. This fear clouds his judgment, and when jumping off a tree limb with Finney, we see him jounce the branch, knocking Finney to the ground. But Jean is a good friend of Finney's, and we later see his feelings of regret when a doctor announces Finney cannot do sports. This shows the dangers when fear controls our minds and convinces us to act out on later regrettable actions. Most of the ups and downs the boys of Devon faced were pretty painful and put them through a series of loops in fear. However, this fear was very much necessary in the growth of the boys' character and their journey to seek their true identity. It is something we all need to go through from time to time because it also helps us grow as a person. Once you look deeper into it, you can see that the characters are actually pretty similar to you and I. We all come across moments where fear can get the best of us, and we may do something regrettable. But we learn from these scary rough patches, and along the way, we learn more about ourselves.
Thanks for watching!